Oh, okay, wait. I just want to point something out.
Each side will have
Notice this transition
2.5
cut.
hours total for their closing arguments. I want to discuss.
Okay, so there's a transition cut here.
Yeah.
So I went and because when I was looking for this, I found a lot of these shows have transcripts of the episode. So I found the part that was cut out, and I'll read it to you because it's insane. I wish they had put it up on YouTube. They have the clip of the judge going off on the lawyer, and Don Lemon brings on an attorney, and he says, "So Paul, what is going on here? Maybe we just don't see that much of what's happening in the courtrooms because there's cameras in there now. But is the judge? It seems that the judge is inserting himself a lot here into this case." So then you have this lawyer who is the former district attorney of Waukesha County in Wisconsin. And he tells Don, he says, "Well, the judge should. That is his role, Don. When I was in Waukesha, that happened all the time, and I got addressed on things like this many times. But I believe the government in this case really tried to do an end around." That's what the judge is talking about that he was referring to yesterday. He was trying to bring in other bad acts or things that Mr. Rittenhouse may have done. And he was also talking about how him commenting on the pose was a risk to silence. However, it's pretty clear that this prosecutor, and I don't know the gentleman personally, but he is not hearing what Judge Schroeder is saying, or he's ignoring it. And he is just pounding away. And I don't know if he's just tempting the judge, but Schroeder or not, but he is not getting the hint to back off. And I think this judge is tired of it. And I don't know this judge. I've practiced. He says, and I know this judge. I've practiced in front of him. He is not a racist. He is not biased. I didn't get quite the humor in the Asian thing. I don't know what he meant by that, but I don't think he meant anything racist by it. So they cut all that out for YouTube.
Wow.
The segment where the lawyer comes on and tells Don Lemon he's a fucking moron and doesn't know what he's talking about and everything the judge is doing right and he's not racist. They cut that all out for the YouTube clip.
That's sick. That's totally sick. They're like, how do we get our stochastic terrorism going if this guy's in here? Here, let's just cut him out. Cut that shit out. That's going to chill people out. No one's going to want to burn down a car dealership if they hear that.
Paul, what are you doing? We're trying to make money here. We have a narrative to sell. What are you doing, Paul? Paul, we got to get riots going.
Yeah. Oh, so bad.
Today with Patrick Cafferty, a criminal defense attorney who represented Jacob Blake and his shooting by Kenosha police officer.
That guy's not biased. Jacob Blake's attorney.
Set off the unrest that led to Rittenhouse fatally shooting 2 men. Also back with me tonight is Paul Booker. Paul Booker knows everything about that area. He's a former district attorney for Waukesha County, Wisconsin. Good to see both of you. Thank you both for joining. Patrick.
So it is on YouTube then?
No, but this is different. It's a different segment with the same guy.
Oh.
They cut out
that's the guy they cut out when he's like, oh, this happens all the time.
Right.
He's the reasonable one.
Yes, he's the reasonable one.
Oh.
Let me start with you because, we could talk about all the questions of bias swirling
around. Did you see
where
they're broadcasting from? It says racist Wisconsin on the top of the screen.
Did you? Wait.
Just joking.
I was going to say.
It says Racine, Wisconsin. It was a joke, Adam.
Oh,
it's a comedy show.
I don't see it. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, the thing's over. Okay, yeah. Holy shit! It does say racist Wisconsin.
Works for far right wing media.
If your city's named racist, you gotta like. I think
you should think about renaming your city.
Maybe, yeah.
To track and
I don't keep track of like the statue things, but obviously, if your town's named racist, make some changes.
Black Lives Matter. When the shootings happened, that is political. The judge says that he's trying to keep politics out of this case. You know this judge.
This is insane because there was absolutely nothing political about the Jacob Blake shooting. The media turned it into something political, but it wasn't.
What do you think of this decision or his comments?
So Don, thanks for letting me join you tonight. As far as politics are concerned, what I'm focused on as a trial lawyer observing this is what the potential political orientation of each of the jurors is going to be. So right now you have...
So just to frame this for you, you're going to watch a guest try to gently tell Don Lemon to fuck off without telling him to fuck off.
I like this part.
Yes.
18 jurors, it's going to be narrowed down to 12. Kenosha County is very diverse, but it's pretty easy to identify what people's political orientation is based on which part of the county they come from. So I-94 splits
One of the jurors was wearing a Free Kyle t-shirt.
Kenosha right up the middle. The west end of Kenosha County votes the same way that Utah does. The east end basically votes the same way that Chicago does. So it's blue, Democrat. And eventually you're going to have this down to 12 people. Right now you have 10 females. Statistically, females are lean toward being Democrats. You have 8 males, one of whom is of color. Statistically, men lean toward being Republican. So once they spin people out randomly, the gender breakdown here is going to be huge because of the...
This is what's insane. So then the jury is cobbled together by literally drawing lots.
Yes.
Random selection.
So for those who don't know, they have 18, they started with 20. They have 20 jurors who listen to the whole case, and then they randomly, with some kind of lottery system or by drawing numbers, just choose 12 out of the 20.
12, right. So if there's 12 people that are hang 'em high and the rest are let 'em go, and the luck of the draw puts those 12 hang 'em highs on the jury, then you're shit out of luck. Not only that, this is what's also insane, because we talked earlier about how there's only one person that's visibly in Kyle's favor in this pool of people, and that person might not get randomly selected.
Right. That's a good point.
Yeah. This is crazy.
It
They're picking the jury randomly. What?
But this was interesting. So Don Lemon asked him a completely irrelevant question. He asked him about why is the judge taking the political bias of this witness into account? The lawyer ignores him and actually talks about something interesting and important about how, well, actually what's important is the political bias of the juries. And they actually use ways to determine who's politically biased by where they're from and their gender.
Yeah.
likelihood that will identify which political party the individual jurors are oriented
Okay,
toward.
so
what is that?
I think that
What is as it relates?
Yeah, Don Lemon has this look on his face, like
he doesn't.
What are you talking about? I don't understand here. Can you frame this in racist terms, please?
He didn't take the hint. Okay, he's going to go back to his previous question.
Oh my God,
that's what that face was.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Today, then, when he is saying this is not political, and there is a witness who clearly works for a political organization who's there to track a group that has been part of political discussions. So what does that square that circle for me?
So again, from my perspective, this is about what the jurors heard.
Listen, this guy's like, look, I'm a reputable attorney in this area here. I'm not a race grifter, okay? I'm not going to come on your channel and race grift for you, Don Lemon. Like, get the hint.
Yes, I love it. He's like, listen, your question's fucking dumb, okay? Let's move on.
Let me answer the real question, you dumbass.
Focus on things that have occurred outside the presence of, so the judge talking to the prosecutor and what people perceive to be a harsh tone, things of that nature. The jury didn't hear any of that.
Oh, do you hear that? He's scolding Don and all these other people, saying you focusing on the judge yelling at the lawyer is completely irrelevant.
Irrelevant. Yeah.
Oh, oof.
Relevant.
I wonder if this guy will ever be invited on Don Lemon's show again.
Objection. Objection, Don Lemon. Relevancy.
We should start saying that in our conversations.
I
with the guest
know.
on. Objection. Relevancy.
I know.
Tangents.
No tangents, please.
So the likelihood is that will have no effect on the jury. As far as the judge excluding the bias of the news organization that this gentleman was from, he basically let the prosecutor get to the bias in a different way by basically asking or allowing him to ask whether this person had posted things that were pro-Rittenhouse. So I think that he allowed for the prosecutor to get to that issue without actually identifying which party the witness is oriented toward. I mean, generally speaking, judges don't want politics to be part of a criminal case. They want the jury to focus on the facts of the case, apply the law to the facts of the case, and come up with a decision.
But it's not like
And
the
that's what
prosecutor
this
was
judge-
asking if you're.
Okay.
Mhm.
So he just told Don Lemon in very nice ways that he's a fucking moron. Now you're about to watch that Don Lemon is going to do a bizarre, fake remembering cognitive dissonance where he's going to think that he said something that he didn't say in the past in order to make sure that Don Lemon is not wrong. Okay.
Mhm.
So he's going to twist, Don Lemon's going to twist what he said in his mind and misremember what he said so that he appears like he's
the
not wrong.
attorney said?
No, Don Lemon's going to misremember what Don Lemon said
Okay.
in order to make it seem like he was never wrong.
Okay.
Okay. Because what the lawyer said was, yes, the judge did not allow him to talk about his political leanings, but the judge did allow whether he was pro Kyle or not, which would actually be more pertinent than whether he was a Democrat or Republican.
Right. And he got that in.
And he got that in.
Republican or Democrat, he was asking.
Jury to focus on the facts of the case, apply the law to the facts of the case, and come up with a decision.
But it's not like
And
the
that's what
prosecutor
this
was
judge-
asking if you're a Republican or Democrat. He was asking me if you have said, if you have.
Wrong. That's literally what the prosecutor, not only is that what the prosecutor was asking, that's what Don Lemon said 2 seconds ago. He
Yeah.
said, the judge said, if this is amazing, because the judge said, how is this the political bias is not relevant. And Don Lemon stared at the camera for 20 seconds and said,
This is a
how can the
political
judge
trial.
say this?
Yeah.
Has he not done any homework? This is a political trial. Blink, blink, blink.
Yeah, we made a bunch of jokes about it. It was
Yeah.
great.
And now Don Lemon's trying to pretend that he never said that.
Written
Crazy.
things or posted things that are favorable to Kyle Rittenhouse and that are not favorable towards another group. I don't see what he wasn't saying you're Republican, Democrat, and Independent. He's just asking a straight out flat question. The judge stopped him. Why? I don't understand that. Do you think that the prosecutor?
They cut away by his answer.
They did cut away. This is what's insane, too, because notice the framing of Don Lemon here. It's like if you are pro Kyle Rittenhouse, somehow you're against BLM, which is just nonsense. Fucking nonsense. Kyle Rittenhouse was not against Black Lives Matter. He went there to protect businesses. He was in favor of peaceful protesting.
And the thing that was came out during the trial too, which the defense should really be pushing. If they're closing, hopefully they will, is that the Black Lives Matter protesters were asking for assistance
Yeah.
from Kyle's group to help them scare off people who were starting fires because they didn't have any guns.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so they were literally the BLM protesters who were trying to put out fires were working with Kyle's group to put out fires.
Yeah. They should have played that up more.
I'm hoping the defense plays that up more in their closing statement.
But the prosecutor's the one that called the guy that said they have their own medics. There was one really hippie guy that they put on the stand that was saying
That was Gage that said that.
they had Gage was talking shit in the video evidence.
Gage is the one that said we have our own medics.
In the
It
video
wasn't.
evidence.
I know who you're talking about. It wasn't the other guy. It wasn't the video guy that said that.
Right, but in the testimony, the video guy, a guy, they put a guy on a stand that had a video, and in the video he's talking to Kyle Rittenhouse. I'm under the impression, and he says, I understand you're a medic, but they have their own guys. They have their own medics. Like
right.
you intimidate them. Like he's basically trying to explain to Kyle Rittenhouse, yeah, you're trying to be friendly and stuff, but they don't like you.
That was the cop block guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And there's also, that's true. There's that. And there's the video of Gage yelling at Kyle saying,
Yeah, get
"We
the
have our
fuck
own
out of
medics.
here."
Go get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And calling them Proud Boys. So.
Yes, which is a lie, and the defense mentioned that. So
or Boogaloo Boys or whatever he says.
Yeah.
There's a method to this. You said is he poking him? Is he going for something by trying to get under the judge's skin, possibly?
Well, that was suggested by.
Okay, pro tip, guys. Pro tip: if you're ever going to appear on camera, especially in a national news setting, do not angle the camera below you looking up so you look like a zombie or a ghoul or some kind of horror vampire movie monster from the 1950s. Okay, see how everyone else has the camera straight at them, and then Jacob Blake's lawyer has the camera like this awful angle.
You got to put a light up under your chin right here. Like, yeah.
One individual that they're trying to throw the case, but I do that to be the situation. They could easily have done that. But I just feel like he's listening. For instance, I would have come back after the noon hour yesterday and apologized to the judge, not in front of the jury, but obviously he did something that the judge didn't like. And the judge is a judge, and he's the one that runs the courtroom. So I just don't see that zeal, if you will, in the prosecutor's presentation of the case. And
even Jacob Blake's lawyer's like, Binger fucked up.
Is that Jacob Blake's lawyer?
That's
I
Jacob
thought it was
Blake's
the other
lawyer.
one. Oh, okay, yeah.
That's Jacob Blake's lawyer. Even
Yeah.
Jacob Blake's lawyer is like,
Should have
Binger fucked up.
apologized. Yeah.
You should apologize. Even Jacob Blake's lawyer is like, I think the state lawyer should apologize to the judge. Even Jacob Blake's lawyer is like, Don, what are you fucking talking about?
Yeah. All those eye rolls aren't winning anyone over.
No. But see, this is interesting because even so many of like their experts are trying to tell them they're wrong and they're just not listening.
Yeah, this is fascinating. Don Lemon is just struggling to listen to what they're saying. Like, I don't get it. Stop framing things in terms of law. We talk about race on this channel.
He's doing the Professor Wolf. The guest started to say something he didn't like, so now he's like shuffling through papers on his desk.
Yeah.
He's opening drawers. He's like,
he's writing on a piece of paper, racism over and over
Jacob Blake's
again.
lawyer is a racist. That's what he's writing.
I guess, yeah. Sad.
And I just don't think they're hearing that this judge is not happy with the government. And you need to adjust. You need to bob and weave on the fly. You have to be able to do that. And I've done it, and I'm sure Patrick's done it. And when things, you can kind of see that this isn't working very well, I better try another tact.
That's crazy.
Yep. So there's your Don Lemon.